Two Tenderfoot Tourist Podcast is sponsored by Insurers of America.
Insurers of America is committed to being at the forefront of technology and providing the best possible customer experience in the insurance industry. Regardless of how big, small, unique, or specific your insurance needs, Insurers of America has a policy for you and tops it all off with exceptional personalized care. They enjoy giving you the peace of mind that comes with knowing your insurance agency can help you. Become a part of a family at Insurers of America today.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy, and we're two Tenderfoot tourists. Welcome to the October edition of Two Tenderfoot Tourists, episode 63, the one about real-life spooky thrills, spills, and chills.
Hey everyone, you know how frightened I am of roller coasters. Well, we have Jason Dingeldein back in the studio again, and he's given me an all-new reason to be afraid of roller coasters, haven't you, Jason?
That's correct. I have several reasons to be afraid.
And you know what? Just be prepared, everyone. This is going to be more than just a one-shot episode. We're going to do a couple episodes of this.
I think we got enough material. I think we're good.
I think so. Thank you so much for coming back.
Oh, absolutely. I love it.
I had no idea there were so many legends and true stories out there of creepy, scary things that happened at theme
We're
parks.
just scratching the surface, too. That's the thing.
What you've given to me before we started recording is I was amazed at how many are verifiable.
Right.
How many that I'm like, oh my goodness, I can find articles for like a person's demise in several different newspaper articles.
All true. That's right.
That are all true, and they verify it almost verbatim.
Yeah, I actually have a copy. If you want to, I don't know where you want to start, but I have a copy of a newspaper article. You can see it on the screen there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Man killed in accident on Silver City ride.
That's from the Springfield, Missouri newspaper in 1980. July 10th, 1980.
July 10th. You don't want to hear something weird? As I read through it, I kind of remember that moment when it was on the news back I was 10 years old at the time.
Oh, really?
But I vaguely remember hearing about that particular moment.
See, I was too young. I don't remember. I would have been 4.
Yeah.
But, I remember hearing the stories growing up.
It
morphed into some kind of.
Oh man. I mean, it was like the man was decapitated.
Yeah.
And it was just nasty.
Yeah. But it was a real event, obviously.
Yeah.
And,
obviously, yeah.
So what happened?
Okay. So Silver Dollar City, we talked about Silver Dollar City the last time I was here. Most people, if you're from Southwest Missouri, you know what Silver Dollar City is. It's our
1880s theme park.
Right. Yeah. It's our local
in Branson.
Local theme park. And it's not super well known. I mean, it's kind of tucked back in the woods.
It really is.
You wouldn't really know it's there unless you knew it's there.
Our kids are actually there today.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Are they riding Fire in the Hole?
Probably.
They should. Yeah.
In fact, speaking of Fire in the Hole, that's where this event happened.
That's right. Back in 1980, there was somebody who actually died as a result of being on the ride. And I think, if I remember right, this is the only time they've had any kind of fatality at the park, right? Yeah.
Right. I didn't find any other fatalities after that.
Right. Apparently, there was a man and a woman. It wasn't due to like a malfunction of the ride or anything faulty. It was just operator error. The train went out, and instead of coming back into the station, it got diverted into a maintenance area. The overhang was just large enough
for the car
to go through. So, a person would have to lay down.
Right.
You know, if you were riding it and you had to, because you'd hit the wall. Well, that's what happened. It accidentally got diverted into the maintenance area. Supposedly a worker saw it and tried to scream, duck. And the woman either successfully ducked, or at least she didn't get injured as badly, but the guy, it hit him in the head and he died as a result of it. So
it got blown up as if he was decapitated. But the article says that it was neck injury that led to his death, a head injury. That's what it was, I believe.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, by the time I heard the story, it was a guy got his head chopped off, so you can't ride Fire in the Hole.
Well, Sandy heard like snakes dropping on people in the Fire in the Hole.
That's right.
Yeah, I heard that there were snakes that dropped down into a woman's lap and bit her, and all kinds of fun stuff growing up.
Which, you know what, that's not weird in Missouri. Because snakes climb trees all the time around here. So.
That's true. And there is a part on the train at Silver Dollar City. I saw it once in like the last 5 years. They've got like a fake snake hanging from the tree.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's probably from that story. They probably added it.
Yeah, somebody probably had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
And put that there.
So anyway, yeah. So I mean, with that being said, I mean, we can honestly say that the things that we are going to be bringing to the podcast is going to be legit, verifiable. Some of them are based in legend. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have some that are maybe more legit than others, potentially.
Yeah. Well, some of them get kind of blown out of proportion over time as,
Right, based in
as
fact,
story.
and then it just kind of
Right.
blew up.
Much like this man's decapitation.
Right, poor guy.
It's like it was a head injury and he got decapitated. It also leads me to believe that, as I'm wondering how severe the injuries were really because really honestly, they don't give any kind of detail of what kind of head injury he sustained at all.
Right, no, they just say injury.
They just say injury. They don't say like, well, it like took half his skull off or anything like that, or he's bleeding from the eyes or something. They don't give any medical terms whatsoever. They just say head injury. I'd be very curious to know what exactly. I mean, how fast was he going? It doesn't say.
It couldn't have been going that. It might have. I couldn't have been more than like 30 miles an hour. It wasn't like a super fast. I mean, you've ridden. No, you haven't. You have.
I have ridden it.
Okay,
I wrote it.
It's a kiddie ride. I mean.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Except for that little dip.
Well,
by the way, they report ghost sightings of this man there at the Fire in a Hole from time to time. They say his spirit's still there.
I had not heard that.
Yeah. They still say his ghost is there.
Did they name him?
Well, I don't know whatever his name was in life.
James Frederick Polly.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. They say that his spirit is still wandering around the Fire in the Hole.
Well, he's never said hi to me as many times as I rode.
I know. You think of all people.
I welcome the conversation.
There you go. So anyway,
you know what's funny is they've really tamed that ride down.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of just like scary things. I remember distinctly riding it as a kid, turning one corner, and there's a bald knobber hanging.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I remember that too.
Out. Yeah, and there was a scene where they were shooting.
And it was a lot darker with a lot more fire going on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, I remember
Maybe
there being
it was
a lot
as a
more
kid,
fire.
it just seemed like it, but I thought it was a lot more fire going on.
It's well past a renovation and a renew. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm afraid we're going to lose it at some point.
Yeah.
That's going to be
just
sad.
kind of like the flooded mine, too.
Yeah, it turned 50 this year.
Yeah.
And some say that could be the end, but I don't know
for sure. The rumors are
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah. That would be a shame if we lost it. But once they put those guns in there to make it a shootout ride, I think they kind of ruined it.
They did. Just so that anybody is listening, so they know what we're talking about. Flooded Mine and Fire in the Hole are one of the first two original rides that were there at Silver Dollar City.
Right.
And Silver Dollar City started back in 1969, I believe, is the opening day. I believe is 1969, opening year.
Well, and do you know why Silver Dollar City's even there? Why it exists?
Because of the cave. Yeah.
The Marvel Cave is at Silver Dollar City. If you ever go to Silver Dollar City, you have to go in the cave.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at you, Steve.
Yes. I love the cave.
Yes. I thought you said you'd never been in there.
No, I've been in the cave. Yeah, I've been in the cave.
I thought you told me you'd never been there.
No, there was something else that you were saying. Have you ever been there? I go, no, I haven't.
Oh,
There was another cave that you were talking about, which, by the way, leads me to the fact that we ought to have you in and do a cave episode.
Oh, yeah, Missouri's full of great caves.
Yeah.
For sure. But the Marvel Cave was the original attraction.
Mm-hmm.
That's Marvel Cave's the reason Branson is what it is.
It is.
Today.
It is. You're correct. You're right.
So the owners, the Hershens, before they got into the whole theme park business that they're in now, the original Hershens, the mom and dad, they decided that they needed a waiting area for people waiting to go down in the cave.
And those buildings are still there.
Some of them are original. That's right.
Yeah.
So they built Silver Dollar City and named it. They gave the change back in silver dollars. That's why they named it that, so people would remember it.
Yep.
And that's why we have it today, is because of that cave, and it was the waiting room.
It's an awesome story, really.
Yeah.
And there's a story about a man who grew up there. It used to be Marmicel.
The name of the town?
The town.
Oh gosh. Now that you're asking, I can't think of it. It starts with Marmaros.
Marmaros. That's
Yes,
it.
that's
He
it.
grew up there, and he came back, and he laid out for the Hershens where everything was and everything. I mean,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came back and he goes, "Oh, I used to live here until it burnt down long time ago. This was back in the 60s, and this guy was like in his 80s or 90s whenever he showed up.
I know we weren't planning on discussing this part, but there was a guy from Canada who bought the cave.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this, yeah.
He moved down, what was his name? Oh, I can't remember his name, but he moved from Canada, sight unseen, if I remember right, and bought the cave. And the locals were so opposed to him coming down. I think, if I'm getting my story straight, that's when they burned the town down when he showed up, or when he was about to show up.
Really?
Yeah, somewhere close to him coming down.
That's new information for me.
And that's what the ride Fire in the Hole is about.
Really?
The reason, Fire in the Hole is meant to be a retelling, and quotes, I use quotes,
right,
of that town of Marmaros being burnt down by the Bald Knobbers, is on the which was, where Silverdar City is located today.
Wow.
So that's why we have the ride Fire in the Hole.
Wow.
They've got that mural in the ride, that awesome mural.
Yeah. I love that mural.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all based loosely on that story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very fascinating. I like this little story. A little bit of history.
Nice little aside there.
A little side note. Okay. So, so what else do we have?
Well, I have some stories about different roller coasters, different rides, different parks that are supposedly, cue the spooky music, haunted.
Ooh. So you got everything from Kings Island to Disney World to Santa Monica Pier.
Right.
And it's not going to be all probably on just this episode alone, but I mean, even some amusement parks that they no longer exist, correct? Like Pike's Amusement Park. Were we going to bring that one up?
Oh, yes. That's the guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
We're going to bring that one up too?
Sure.
Okay. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So which one do you want to bring to us second, seeing how we already covered Silverdar City?
Well, we can go to a park. You want to talk about Disney for a little bit?
Yes. Let's talk about Disney.
The happiest place on earth.
Until now.
Yeah. Until this episode. Disneyland is full. I mean, you can imagine there's millions, hundreds of millions of people who've came and gone, workers, riders, all that kind of stuff.
Sure,
so
yeah.
There are all kinds of stories about different hauntings, if you will, on the rides.
And I mean, just curious for my sake, is Disneyland one of the older theme parks?
Oh, you mean which one between Disney World and Disneyland?
No, I mean period.
Oh,
because,
no,
I mean,
it's
I know we've got other theme parks, but that have lasted as far as, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean the longest living?
Yeah.
Wow. Probably not. Like Coney Island is a lot older than Disney World.
Coney Island. There's several little ones out on the East Coast and interspersed like throughout the eastern half of the country.
Right.
But Disneyland in Anaheim, California, was the first theme park. The word theme park, they were all amusement parks.
Oh, that's true.
It was the first theme park.
It's based upon Disney's characters in his movies.
That's right.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating. Okay, see, there you go. I guess that kind of answers your question.
So
then,
you're
doesn't
both right.
Wow. That's interesting. Okay, so Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland. It was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Disneyland, yeah. California.
All right. What kind of spooky things do you have to bring to us then?
Let's start with the man himself, Walt Disney.
Ooh. Okay. Everybody's going to be offended by this because people love Disney. He can do no wrong. He's a saint.
Well, yeah.
Nobody said he did anything wrong.
No,
what did you do?
He's just hanging out. He's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just hanging out. But
oh, okay.
It's named after him.
It's not like Jason saying he's killing people.
Yeah.
No, he's dead, right? He's dead, right?
Well, I mean, if you think Elvis is dead and the rest of it, yeah.
Yeah.
He died back in the 70s?
70s, yes.
Right before Disney World opened. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he had an apartment inside Disneyland. The built it in California. You guys have been there, or you at least know if I say like Main Street or Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or whatever. Okay.
Well, we haven't been there, but we know what you're talking about.
Okay, so in Main Street, he had an apartment that was built for him. So he could, obviously he was there a lot.
It was above a firehouse, right?
Yeah, it was above the fire station. That's exactly right. So, according to the story, once he died, when he was there, the lights would be on. That's how you knew Walt was there. The lights were on in the window. Once he died, let's see, there was a woman who was a cleaning lady. And I think they kept the light on, in memory of him once Walt had passed away. Well, she mistakenly turned it off or something.
Oops.
And it turned itself back on is the story, how it goes. So
Nice.
everybody leaves the light alone.
Is that the reason why
No.
they always leave the light on?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's
Because they also do the same thing in the Florida one. They have like a room where there's a lamp. Isn't there also one in
There
Florida?
might be. I don't know.
I could be wrong. I can
They
correct
may have
that
done
out.
a replica type
Yeah,
situation.
same kind of thing, just as in.
Yeah, but I heard about the lamp, but I didn't hear about that
hmm
particular half of the reason why they have a lamp in the window.
Yeah, so the story is leave that on because Walt's still around. You just don't see him.
Oh, nice.
So there you go.
There you go.
It's the light remains on every night to remind people that Walt's spirit lives in the park. So there you go.
See, nothing bad or creepy about that.
No.
Yeah, he's totally fine.
I'm so judgmental.
I'm good at judging too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. So am I, man. I'm just really good at judging.
What do you mean by that?
Are you judging me? Good for you.
Most likely, yes.
One of my favorites, Space Mountain.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did
yeah.
you ride Space
Oh,
Mountain?
yeah. I've well, in the Florida one, is it different from the one in Anaheim?
It's different. They're both called Space Mountain, but they're different rides, different layouts.
That
and everything.
figures.
Yeah. So there is a large man with red hair and a red face that likes to ride Space Mountain.
Really? Santa Claus?
Close. Yeah. Close. His name is Mr. One Way
Oh, okay. Weird. Why do
Yeah.
they call him Mr. One Way?
because he only rides one way. He doesn't, he never takes a return trip. He's always gone.
Really?
So the story goes, when someone gets on and they don't have a rider next to them, so you got an empty seat, this guy will show up and ride next to you. And when the train comes back in the station, he's gone. So he's Mr. One Way.
Mr. One Way. And what
Yeah.
does he look like again? Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Large man.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Red hair. Santa doesn't have red hair though.
Well, when he was younger, I'm sure he did. I think he was Irish.
Ah.
No, I don't know. Who was it? St. Nicholas, was he? What was he? What was he?
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, go ahead.
Talk about derail.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Large man, red hair, red face.
Red face.
And it seems like one time the first time I heard about it, I saw a video or something from like the security camera. Cause they got cameras pointing everywhere on the ride, or I think security might be the wrong word, but a camera. And you could see something kind of slip into the car next to this guy who was sitting by himself, and off it goes.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I think I remember seeing that.
That's
is
creepy.
Yeah.
Stinking creepy. Okay, so do they have any idea who this man is by any chance?
Mr. One Way. Let me check one other place here. I've got my notes. Often described as a friendly ghost. He says he sometimes will appear in line as a living person. He's not Casper, by the way. A living person chatting and enjoying himself. So he's having fun. So he's not doing anything nefarious or
Yeah.
not a serial killer ghost or anything
Well,
like that.
well, that's a relief.
Yeah. So you can ride by yourself.
That's all.
Well, now there is another one on Space Mountain, and her name is Disco Debby.
Oh,
And I do not know why. I tried, and maybe I just didn't look in the right places. I tried to find out why they call her Disco Debby, but I have no idea. So there was a worker at Disney. They call them cast members because you're always putting on a show.
Right.
It's a show. You're on stage.
Never get out of character.
That's right. You know that, fun fact, Disney World in Florida, when you're walking around in the park, you're actually walking on level 2.
Yes.
There's a whole underground. It was built up, and there's tunnels underneath. And part of that was Walt never wanted, like, somebody who worked in Tomorrowland to be seen in Adventureland.
Right.
He never wanted a spacesuit walking around in a part of the park where it was not supposed to be seen.
I also heard that it had to do with they're collecting their trash. They can do it from below.
Oh, that's true too. Yes.
So that it doesn't have to disturb the mood.
You never see him pushing around big trash carts.
Nope.
Not like you do.
At other parks.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So yeah, all the tunnels down there. So maybe there's some ghosts in those tunnels too. Who knows?
That would be awesome. They should do a ghost tour of Disney World.
I'm sure somebody's probably thought of that.
It's like a late night, overnight type of ghost tour.
Yeah,
That would be
so-
awesome.
As I was looking stuff up for this episode, I got to thinking, why is it that ghosts only show up when it's like nighttime?
That's a good question.
When you're, by yourself, or, you and one other person, or, it's like us just sitting here chilling. You're not going to see one just show up and, hey, how you guys doing? He'd wait till, it was dark, there's only one person in here just hanging out, and then
no witnesses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's frustrating, right?
Yeah. Actually, I do have a story that I just remembered. I totally forgot about till just now, about Silver Dollar City and the cave.
Oh, yeah?
So.
No, go ahead. Throw it in there.
Throw it in?
Yeah.
There was, at the cave, you can, take what they call a lantern tour, and you pay like an extra $10 or $15, and they turn all the lights out, and you walk through holding lanterns, just like the original people did, and you get to see some extra rooms that you normally don't see on the regular tour, and it's longer, they tell you more stories. So we did that one. It's been probably 3 or 4 years since I've done that. It was actually fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Wow.
But they told, I don't know if you call it ghost stories, but stories about what they called the spirit of the cave. They call it Marvel. So one of the Herschen brothers, one of the son of the original owners, one of the brothers, they did a lot of work on the cave. I mean, they pretty much, the family, made it into what it is. So he would spend a lot of time working down there. And just, after the park was closed or whatever, working on, different things that you have to do to upkeep for a cave. And supposedly he got a really weird feeling, or just like something's not right. Like I'm going to get out of here. And I don't remember all the details of the story, but I remember he left, and he just left his tools because, like, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going to lug them all the way, back out of here. Well, he comes back the next day, because remember, he had that feeling like, I need to be gone or something.
Right.
And he came back the next day, and there was a boulder that had fell and smashed all of his tools that, you couldn't move. And that's where he was working and doing stuff.
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
There you go. I forgot about that story till just now.
That's a good story. That is a really good story. I like that one.
That one cost me $10.
Really? Wow.
Because I had to take the lantern tour to hear it.
Well, $10 over the lantern tour, that seems like a good price. Cause I love the Marvel Cave. It's beautiful down there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Can't imagine what the lantern tour is like. It's gotta be extra creepy.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
Do they still do that?
Yeah. I think it's like $15 now, but
still, that'd be worth it for me too.
Yeah.
We did a Stanley Hotel.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
$29, but.
We had some laughs over it, but it was a really fun time. I wanted them to creep me out more.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not scary at all. It was not scary at all. All it was basically a tour, and they say, this is a good story, this is what happened in this area. Let's try to talk to the dead now.
Yeah, pretty much. We were doing all these little tricks that are supposed to
so you can communicate with the spirits there. I'm like,
yeah.
You guys are having a seance.
Yeah, pretty much. And I go, you know what, honey, I think we should have probably settled for the historic tour.
Yeah, I think we would have gotten more information and everything. It was still a lot of fun. We don't regret it.
No.
But we would go for the historic next time there.
I think it's still worth the money that we paid to go do it, though.
But we're dying to go to St. Augustine and take their ghost tours.
In Florida?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a really old town.
Huh.
And we're wanting to go do that because they walk around the town and the cemetery and yeah.
Oh man, I bet you could do that in like New Orleans or something.
Oh yeah.
That would be probably scary.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you're the one wanting to
I know.
Get creeped out.
I don't want jump scares though. I want stuff that really makes me just totally uncomfortable. That's what I want.
Well, spend some time with me. And
well,
pretty much
that's
the same thing.
I'm feeling uncomfortable right now.
I'm always uncomfortable. I'm with me all the time.
Okay, so what did we just get done talking about?
Okay, so that was Silver Dollar City. I jumped from Disney. I went from Silver Dollar City to Disney back to Silver Dollar City, so now we can go back to Disney or whatever you want to do. It's your show, not mine.
Hey, well, you're the one with the info. You the brains.
Nobody's ever told me that before.
Well,
oh, I didn't finish Disco Debby. I don't think I finished Disco Debby.
No, you didn't.
She was a cast member, and she was somebody who died while she was working.
Oh.
On or at Space Mountain, and supposedly she is still hanging out there, and they claim she is a phosphorescent, did I say that word right? Phosphorescent?
Phosphorus?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking. Glowing.
Green glow.
Green glow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you can equate a green glow with Disco Debby, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
So this one may not be as legit as some of the other stories, but it's told, it's there nonetheless.
So maybe the reason why they call her Disco Debby is because of the fact that might have been her cast name. You know what I'm trying? Her like that's her character that she was playing, perhaps. I don't know. You know,
or a nickname.
Or a nickname.
I don't know.
She like go with the discos.
Evidently.
I wonder what year she died.
It doesn't say.
Yeah. But that is a spirit that supposedly haunts the...
Supposedly.
What was it? Space Mountain?
Space Mountain.
Yeah. And they got two of them there. You got Santa Claus and Disco Debby.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, you and your Santa Claus.
I like Santa Claus.
Santa's all right.
Looking for confirmation.
Yes. The blank stare. Well, Santa is just an anagram for Satan. So
it's true.
What are you trying to tell us here?
It's no wonder why I like him so much, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh my goodness, you two.
We just lost listeners.
That's like I refuse to listen to the band Pentatonics.
Oh, really? Oh, why not?
Who would name their band Pentatonics? Clearly they're into devil worship.
Yeah, you just lost a whole bunch of other people now.
Yeah, you said it was going to be offensive.
Yes. Well, so you know what? Continue on. Let's continue to offend.
Well, while we started, we might as well.
Might as well do it right.
That's right. How about the Haunted Mansion?
Oh, you mean in Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's really, truly haunted?
Well, that's what the stories say. There have been several people over the years who have taken ashes of their loved one and spread them throughout the ride.
I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about that. Really? Wow. That is like actual fact that people have done that?
I believe so, yeah.
Wow.
In fact, they've got like rules. Like you can't do that. Like it's kind of like
doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the warning at McDonald's, the coffee's hot.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't have to say
right,
it, but...
There you go. Right.
It's coffee. It's going to be hot. Boy. Why would someone put their loved one's ashes in Haunted Mansion?
In a Disney ride.
Yeah, of all things. I mean, it just seems a little strange. I mean, I'm not dissing people for having a sentimental sort of thing towards Disney World, because, I mean, everybody has, like, an attachment to...
Don't you know the story of the Haunted Mansion? There's 999 happy haunts.
Oh.
They're looking for their 1,000th.
Ooh. So someone's wanting to contribute that extra one.
Somebody wanted to be the 1,000th ghost in there.
Wow, they took that story just a little too literal.
This one says...
Seriously.
This one says it was a mom whose little boy loved the Haunted Mansion, and she snuck his ashes and spread them out in there. So now there's a little boy running around in there somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you'd expect the Haunted Mansion. That's where you'd expect to find them, so not super surprised there.
If Disney wanted to really, 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 really wanted to have fun with this, is that they would say, hey, listen, if you want to put your loved one's ashes in here, just give us the urn and we'll just put it up on a shelf, and then we'll just give one long hallway with people just...
Oh, yeah, they should sell that, right?
Sell it, yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. I think,
we
should...
I think people would do that.
Oh, they would.
You could literally have this long hallway.
You wouldn't have enough room.
No, you wouldn't.
Eventually, they just have to say no.
Well, I was going to say they'd have it rotated out. It's like he gets to be in here for 1 year or 6 months, and then...
Mr. Entrepreneur over here, you got a business plan going.
We need to hashtag Disneyland so that they'll see your idea.
Submit your proposal.
There you go. And then just give me royalties.
Seriously, can you imagine you're in the car and you're going by and you're going down this hallway that is just floor to ceiling?
Yeah.
Urns.
Nothing but just ashes.
It'd be kind of like those catacombs in Europe.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
We could redo this whole ride.
We could.
Way better and make money. More money.
Mm-hmm.
Is that sick or what? I love it.
I mean, to get people to pay you to help decorate the ride, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome. Just thinking out loud here.
That's what we do. That's what the podcast is for.
That's what it's there
for.
Two Tenderfoot Tourists is sponsored by Escapade Design. Does your small business have a mobile-friendly website, or is it outdated?
Perhaps you're concerned that your website could be hacked.
Prepare to sleep well tonight.
Escapade Design is the perfect one-stop shop for building or renovation of any small business website.
The programmers use the latest in technology for the best security and usability.
And they'll work tirelessly to give you everything you want in a website.
Visit escapade.design for your website needs.
Need an example of their work?
Check out our new website, twotenderfoottourist.com.
Then go visit escapade.design and start your new adventure in business today.
Classic Rock Coffee Company is locally owned and started right here in Southwest Missouri.
Don't let the name fool you. You don't have to like rock and roll to enjoy Classic Rock Coffee Company. But it couldn't hurt. Regardless of your favorite pick-me-up, Classic Rock Coffee Company has got you covered. Traditional drinks, flavored drinks, protein shakes, hot teas, and smoothies. Are you hungry? They've got great coffee and a great menu. Yes, they serve food too. That even includes keto. There are so many drinks to choose from. What are our favorites? Well, for me, anything chai. My absolute favorite is the cheesecake chai tea frappe.
And mine is a toss-up between two frappes. The Mocha Coca and the Sweet Emotion made with chocolate and caramel are both off the hook. Classic Rock Coffee Company is located at 1230 U.S. Highway 60 in Republic, Missouri.
Let them know the two Tenderfoot tourists sent you and get a special discount. And now, back to the podcast.
So,
make more noise over there.
I'm sorry. I'm uncomfortable.
We can get you a different chair.
I twisted funny and now my back hurts. So now I think I got it. I'm good.
She twisted, but she didn't shout. Go ahead.
She's no Disco Debby. That's for
No,
sure.
she's not.
Let's see, the Matterhorn. You know what the Matterhorn is?
Oh yeah, the Matterhorn. That's a Magic Mountain?
No, that's Disneyland.
Oh, is that still Disneyland?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow. Disneyland has a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the Matterhorn it's a really important roller coaster. It's the first roller coaster to use tubular steel track.
Oh, okay, cool.
So all the steel roller coasters you see nowadays owe their beginnings to the Matterhorn.
Oh,
because
okay.
that was the first time that had ever been attempted. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So, interesting. So, the ride itself, you go through the Matterhorn, replica of the Matterhorn mountain. The Matterhorn's a famous mountain over in Europe somewhere,
Right.
Switzerland or something like that.
I think you're right.
So it's like a toboggan ride through the mountain, and it's a roller coaster. By today's standards, it would be no big deal, but back in the day, it was pretty big, pretty intense, pretty cool ride. So the way the story goes, there was supposedly one train, and one train back then, I think it's still true today, consists of two cars, and you sit in tandem. Sorry, I bumped the table.
You sit in tandem.
You don't sit side by side. So there was a kid in the front car by himself or herself, and there was a lady in the back car. Well, the story goes that something happened in the middle of the ride where the lady needed to help the kid in the front car. So she unbuckles herself.
Oh no.
And tries to go assist, and then she ends up kind of like the guy at Fire in the Hole, a low overhang, because it's not made for
Knocked
people
her
to
in the noggin.
Yep, and that was the end of it. What was her name? Dolly. So.
Well, hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly, yeah.
Wow.
Her name was Dolly Young. She was thrown out of the train completely because it knocked her. Yeah, because that goes a little faster probably than Fire in the Hole does.
Sure.
So they shut the whole ride down. Obviously, once they figured out what happened, they reported seeing no blood, only her feet and legs sticking out from under the bobsled, like the witch in the Wizard of Oz.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So, that section of the track, cause it goes down, and while it was going down, she was standing up, and that's what killed her. They call it Dolly's Dip.
Wow.
On the ride. So
that's no way I'd wanted something named after me, right?
Not the way you want to be famous, right?
No,
So the cast members who work that ride every night, they have to walk. There's two sides to the ride. There's two tracks, essentially. One person has to walk the track every night to see if anything was dropped or, that sort of thing. And when they get to this place, they've nicknamed Dolly's Dip. They say it's always very strange, and they sense something there, and the lights always burn out in this one area. They've never worked since all that's happened. Or worked properly.
Worked properly.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
And that's verifiable.
Yeah, that was a real thing. That was in 1984.
Oh, wow.
So, Dolly's Dip. And sometimes they'll even say they've heard a voice, when they're, again, it's only when these people are by themselves.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only time these ghosts show up. So.
Right. And no one has really taken a photo of them or nothing like that.
No, not that I know of.
No.
I'm sure we'd have found that if that were out there. Probably.
I'm sure. Wow. Dolly's Dip. Matterhorn,
yeah, Dolly's Dip.
Is Matterhorn also the one that's got the Yeti in it?
Yes.
Yeah, that comes out and scares people.
He just stands there, but.
Yeah, well, I thought the animatronic, they updated his robotics, basically. And...
They did, but I don't think he really moves that much.
No, he doesn't? Mm-mm. Okay.
Now, if it's the one I'm thinking of. So the Matterhorn, has the Yetis, but there's also Expedition Everest.
Yep, that's the one you're thinking of.
That's the one's like 3 stories tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called him Disco Yeti, I think, now that I think about it, because...
No relation to
No,
Disco
not at all,
Betty?
because, when it was originally built, it had a big strobe light effect. You're flying by on a roller coaster to see this giant, Yeti.
Right.
And so it just goes by real fast, and the way he moved, it looked like he was dancing. So it was the Disco Yeti. He's been broke for years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's like, well, it's funny. Why fix him now? Right.
Right. People are still standing in line for
He's
it.
having an epileptic seizure as everybody's driving by.
Right.
They're going like, that's pretty funny.
You're a nut.
Epileptic Yeti.
An epileptic Yeti.
Okay. I think that might be, there's others, but I think that was the stuff I had from,
Disney.
Yeah.
It seems like they're all over in the Anaheim Disneyland.
Those are all Anaheim. I don't even know if I found any for
Disney I don't know World. Of any that I heard or seen that was in Disney World. Now, I'm sure somebody out there listening is going like, oh yeah, I got tons of them, but we didn't find any.
Yeah.
At least I didn't find any, so.
I bumped it now. I tried to look up pictures for Mr. One Way because you know how it is. There's always somebody claiming they got photographic evidence of the ghost.
Oh yeah.
And, it was, most of the photos I was seeing were the photos that looked like they were taken professionally. You know how they take them in the middle of the ride. All of a sudden there's a flash of light and there you go. And they had these horrifying looks on some of these people's faces and there's an empty spot next to them. Uh-huh. So I think they were just saying that's where he had been and now he's gone, you know, type of thing. Yeah. But it was interesting because there's really, you know, there's never a time you see really anything there that I found so far. It didn't look very long, but there was one point where they had a circle and they're pointing out that there was a ghost there. And I look and you look like you see like the shape of a skull
of some sort. Oh, really? Yeah.
But
a skull.
Yeah. I was sitting there going, well, that wouldn't match him.
No.
Mr. One Way's not a skull.
And he's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's enjoying his ride. Yeah. That's why he keeps doing it.
It's true. That's true. So, what do you have for us next?
Well, it depends what direction you want to go in. We need to talk either this time or next time about the coffin challenge that Six Flags is doing.
Ooh, let's go ahead and talk about it now.
You want to talk about it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Sandy's going like, you and I were going like, no.
I was going to say, first and foremost, Jason, we want to know, would you do it?
I don't know. $300? That's a long time to just make $300.
I know. I think it's kind of a low number for being in a coffin that many hours. Okay.
Honestly, they could probably not even give you anything. People would be lining up probably just to pay.
To do it.
Yeah.
So originally, I'm guessing, according to the article, it started here in St. Louis, in Eureka Springs, St. Louis, right? Am I right?
Eureka, not Eureka Springs. That's
right. That's right. Eureka.
Yeah. So
Missouri.
Six Flags this year for their Halloween event, I don't know the name of it. Fright Fest,
is it?
They came up with this challenge. They call it the 30-hour coffin challenge. Mm-hmm. And this is, again, Six Flags in St. Louis. 6 people will be chosen to spend 30 hours in a coffin from 1 p.m. on a Saturday until 7 p.m. on a Sunday. So you're going to get in there, just lay down, and you get bathroom breaks. That's it. You're allowed to bring one friend, but that friend has to leave when the park closes.
Right.
So you're by yourself all night long.
With all the other frightening, spooky other characters that are out there.
Well, right. And it says, well, some of the Fright Fest freaks will be lurking about in the darkness. Mm-hmm. Anyone who gets out of their coffin, with the exception of designated bathroom breaks, will be out of the contest.
Right.
So you can get up and go to the bathroom.
Right.
I may not.
When you're told.
Yeah, I may. If they scare you pretty good, you may just.
I'm just going.
I'm good.
Yeah, because they said
to get up.
You caught it. They said the Fright Fest freaks are going to be still out there at night.
Yeah.
So that would be so stinking creepy.
Well, you know what? That's when you just slap on a Depends and then just, and just easy does it on the water,
And some sleep meds.
And you're like, I'm good to go.
So my question is, does the lid have to be closed?
That I didn't
Does not say.
Yeah.
I don't know. So the prizes, if you make it, $300. Like I said, that seems like
pretty low. Yeah.
2 gold season passes for next year.
That's awesome.
A Fright Fest prize package, which includes 2 VIP, probably 2 passes to their little haunted houses, because you have to pay extra to usually do these Halloween events
I didn't
at a
know
theme
that.
park. Yeah. And the kicker. Are you ready? Oh, I'm sorry. There's a ticket for 2 to ride the Freak Train for Freaks Unleashed. I don't know what that is.
I have
Maybe
no
that's
idea.
something in St. Louis. But here's the kicker. All right. You get to keep your coffin.
Yeah.
Handcrafted coffin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of crazy,
So,
right?
yeah, I'm sure that's worth way more than $300.
Oh, I'm sure.
If there's more than one person left, so they're assuming people won't make it the whole time, there will be a random drawing for the $300. Everybody will get season passes. Everybody will get the Fright Fest package. And everyone, I think, will get their own coffin.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's a lot of money.
And the thing is, they've had so much interest that every Six Flags is doing this now across the country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That it's got that much attention.
I'm sitting here thinking about the fact that the money would have to go up a lot higher for me to be that interested in it.
Yeah.
And then these people are jumping at it. They're just like, take me, take me.
I could have a lot of fun with that coffin.
Well, we'll just leave that one where it's... Well, I've got to tell you my story. Mm-hmm. This coffin challenge, as strange as it sounds, reminds me of a story from my childhood.
Well, that's right. You were telling me about this. See, I haven't heard it, but you told me you had something to bring to the table here.
Yeah, I wanted to get your for real reaction on the podcast. So
boy.
You don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it was just kind of demented. So
you doing something demented?
Well, I didn't do anything. So here's the story.
Okay. All right.
So I have an aunt on my mom's side, and she's known for being a little crazy in a good way, not a bad way.
Oh, okay.
She likes to, have fun. So she thought it would be cool if, before I say that.
It's always a good start when you say, she thought it would be cool.
Are you all from around here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you grew up?
Yes.
So they live in Billings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Billings,
yeah.
Missouri. Okay. Have you heard of Kerr Cemetery? Kerr?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
So it's supposed to be, one of the most haunted, places around here. I always heard about it growing up because they lived, just a few miles from there. So it was always, well, we're going to go to Kerr tonight. And, blah, blah. And it, like in the 70s and 80s, supposedly there was like satanic cult things going on there, and animals would be like mutilated and stuff.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So she thought it would be cool if she my aunt challenged me and my cousin, and he's, I don't know, about 4 years younger than me. So I was probably 10 or 11 at the time. I can't remember.
Oh my goodness.
But she challenged us to handcuff us to the fence at this cemetery for like 30 minutes or an hour or something. And we couldn't leave. Whatever happens, happens. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? I'm not going to do that. My cousin's like, let's do it. And so if we made it.
I was going to say, what is the payoff here?
5 Game Boy games.
No way.
Oh, well, that would have been a big deal.
I know.
Yeah.
That was a big
That
deal
would have
back
been
in the day.
huge.
Yeah, 5 Game Boy games a piece. So they would have been what, $40-$50?
That's
a lot,
back in the day.
Yeah.
I think she did that because she knew we weren't going to do it. So she knew she wasn't going to have to spend like $500 on Game Boy games. But yeah, handcuff us to the fence. We couldn't leave. Just whatever happens.
Well, your
happens.
mom was down with this, right?
I don't even think she knew about it. I don't even know if
my.
she knows to this day, because it was just one of those spur of the moment. My aunt's just like, I got an idea. Let's check this out.
This is crazy and
Yeah.
illegal. No, just kidding.
Yeah. So again, scary, haunted, satanic, like ritual things going on. Yeah, let me handcuff you guys, a couple of kids, to the cemetery.
Yes.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, start making your list of games now.
Wow. Oh,
So
my
neither of you
goodness.
did it, huh?
I did. He was ready to do it. I wouldn't do it. No,
Yeah.
I was too scared. I'm like,
You do have a limit.
yeah. I was a lot more scared of stuff then than I am now, but,
Would you do it today?
I don't know.
And what would it wouldn't be Game Boy games now. What would it be?
Oh man, I don't know.
Cause I'm like racking my brain trying to think.
What would be worth?
What would it be worth?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
All expenses paid on a cruise for a week. That's what it would take for me
That's
to
a
do
lot
that.
more money.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also am adult. Sort of. Pseudo.
You're an adult and you're considering doing this.
Yeah.
You call yourself an adult? But think about it. You look it up sometime. It's Kerr Cemetery in Billings, and you can find people. Oh yeah, I remember when I was a kid, such and such happened, or we saw this. And the story goes that there was a church around there at one time, and some people who were dabbling in the occult stuff put like pentagrams and stuff all over it. and there was a grave of a little girl like in the back or something. And supposedly one of the things that happens is little kids will be out there playing, and you'll hear voices and kids playing. And then what I read from more than one person was, when you leave, you'll have little handprints on your car.
I've heard of these sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like little kids.
Yeah.
But the thing was, conveniently, I never saw a picture. But
Yeah.
I didn't look super hard either.
Right. Our big challenge is growing up, there was a family graveyard across the street.
Yeah.
And we used to challenge each other to lay on the grave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
In daylight?
No, at night. And
Did you do it?
No. Heck no. Heck no. It's just for the challenge alone? No.
Did anybody do it?
Yeah, I think so. It was a kid in our neighborhood. Nobody would know him, of course. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he did it, but I mean, it was one of those things you're going like, nah, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
And it's like bonus creds if you did it at midnight. You know?
Nothing like the street cred.
Yeah, nothing like the street cred. You do it at midnight, laying on the grave for 10 minutes, and then, it's, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
No, thank you.
yeah, I don't think so.
It's all good. I'll video you while you try.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd watch that.
Would you?
Paralyzed in fear.
We should get Olivia out there and get her to do it.
Would she do it?
Probably.
Would she really?
I think
so?
she might. Until she started hearing voices like she did at the corn maze going, Olivia.
Okay, the corn maze, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go to the corn maze. By the way, you're welcome to come if you guys want to. The haunted corn maze out here. We're going on the 26th.
Like real haunted or like?
Nah. They have the guys out there running around with they're real chainsaws, but no blades in them.
Oh,
and
my girls won't do that. We did the haunted trail last year and that was.
Oh my goodness.
It was no bueno.
It's hilarious.
No
And
bueno.
I'm hoping Olivia gets to go again because the first time we went, Sean sicked them on her, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And then Justin egged it on.
Justin was there?
They started
Yeah.
going, Olivia on purpose. And then all the guys out in the corn knew her name.
Nice.
So they started going, Olivia, you look delicious, Olivia. And
Oh,
man,
man,
and all
it
of a
was
sudden, just out of the
pretty
blue,
creepy.
they'd be right over there and they'd whisper, Olivia.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
That is awesome.
And she was twitching and jumping
was
and
so
running into
much
people.
fun.
It was so funny.
About twist her ankle in that cornfield, though, by the way. I mean, it's so rugged and rough and
Huh.
through there, but it's so much fun.
I still laugh about Justin though, because we've
talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, this is totally off in right field, left field, right field, whatever.
one of those fields.
The guy
Way
is
outfield.
ornery, and we were
Justin?
getting,
Oh, yeah,
oh
yeah.
my goodness, we got off the trailer where they take you out there,
And they specifically said,
say, do not leave the trail. We go through the entrance and he jets off into the corn immediately.
not more than just like 3 seconds into it. And he's like jetting off into the cornfield after being told not to.
And he keeps jumping out and scaring everybody. Well, at one point,
That's awesome.
he's the biggest kid there.
Right,
Well,
right.
then at one point, he squats down to hide.
Oh,
And he loses his balance.
He tries to use one of these corn stalks as some sort of support.
He just tips right over.
Falls right
You
over.
can just see him enough to
I
really
gotta go
enjoy
check
it.
this out. Is he going this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
He tries. This would be our third year. Oh my goodness, it's so funny.
So worth it. And he gets up there and he sings Great Balls of Fire.
Oh yeah, because they do.
Yeah,
that would be
karaoke.
scary.
They do karaoke in a different
Oh.
area too and stuff. And Olivia and Hannah and Ashton got up there and sang last year.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
I took Ariel have you guys done the haunted stuff at the Rutledge?
We
No,
haven't been
no,
to that one.
Oh, you should do that. So
Oh, okay.
we thought it would be a great idea. Well, I did. I thought it'd be a great idea to take Ariel on her first haunted trail experience. I'd never been. I had no idea.
Did you break her?
Well, so you ride this, the farm park, there's toys, there's playground and stuff, to play on. And then after dark, they open the trail up. Well, the trail is way down in the valley in the woods. So you got to basically take a little hayride down the trail.
Yeah.
So we're taking, the ride down, me and Ariel go. And there was a guy there I used to work with. We just happened to see each other and he had his two kids. We're like, hey,
Yeah.
let's all go through this together. Okay, cool. So, we get to the door and it's out in the woods and the gate where they let you in and the kids, nothing scares me. I got this, I'll just punch them in the face, something like
Yeah.
that if they try to scare me.
Judo chop.
Yeah, right. So, open the door, we start walking, and the first person just jumps up. Ariel's in tears.
Oh,
no.
She buries her head in my side. She was crying the whole way we walked through that.
No.
She didn't see a single thing except for that one, whatever first jump scare was. And they knew it. The people who were scared, they'd follow her, breathing behind her. And she was losing it, I'm like, look, Ariel, this is really cool.
No, it's not.
Oh no. Poor
Totally.
thing.
She's never going to go in another corn maze, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be tough, but
yeah,
I asked her if she saw the haunted maze or something about, I saw the haunted maze. I'm like, you didn't see any of the haunted maze. You heard the haunted maze.
You heard it. Yeah.
But there
So
was a guy
how old was she?
This was this last year or 2 years ago?
Too soon.
Yeah, just still too soon.
So, there was a guy, what made me think of it was you said a guy with the chainsaw. That was who was at the end, and he chases you, and and these kids in front of us are flipping out. It was
this
funny.
place, they do a really good job. It's family owned, and they do a really good job. And I actually talked to the lady last year and gotten a big conversation with her about her son, who is one of the guys out in the field. And when they started, I think was like 15. Mm-hmm. He worked very hard to perfect moving as fast as he could on all fours.
Ooh.
And he would run across behind people or in front of people that way, across the pathways. And I've seen him do it. And he made his own mask, which is terribly creepy. And he has these dreadlocks things hanging in part of them in front. Oh, he is terrifying because he's skitters. It's creepy.
See, I think that'd be one of the greatest jobs.
But they're not allowed to touch you there.
That's pretty normal, yeah.
Some of the creepiest ones are just standing there and they just do that head turn and watch you walk by. And it's like, oh, and I have a nervous tick.
Right.
We found out.
Yeah. It's so
I
funny.
laugh and say hi.
Hi.
I don't know. I'll just go, hi. I don't know what my problem is.
Every time someone jumps out and scares, she goes, hi.
Should we take her to the haunted house this year?
No.
Downtown, the Hotel of Terror?
That's too closed in.
There's nowhere to run.
Yeah, that's true. Those are pretty cool. But the slides at the end were awesome.
Oh, I don't.
Like a 3-story slide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I went once when I was a teenager.
That's when I went, yeah.
Wow. So, wow. Okay.
Sorry, totally sidetracked.
No, actually, this is actually probably pretty good to put in the podcast just because of the fact that, you know what? It's more than just theme parks, but we also have spooky things we can do in cornfields and stuff like that.
That's true.
And ways to torment those you go with.
That's true. But, so we want to make a second half of this. So what kind of, theme parks are we looking at for the next time that we record?
Great question. So we have a couple from Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Okay.
We have some from Kings Island. And we have the Santa Monica Pier.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just found, right before we started recording, a few little fun facts about a roller coaster called the Raven. It's in Santa Claus, Indiana.
Oh,
Mr.
cool.
Santa.
Yeah.
At Holiday World. So we got lots to cover.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. Well, you know what? Let's stop here, and what we'll do is we'll do a second half, for our, what do we call it?
Our October edition.
October edition. That's it.
Right. Episode 63. The one about real life spooky thrills, spills, and chills.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. We love having you here.
I love being here.
If you want to listen to Tenderfoot Tourist, it's real simple. You can find us on any podcast directory. And if you want to contact us, just email us at tenderfoottourist@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. If you like this episode, be sure to give us a 5-star review. Just whatever you're listening to us on, just give us a review and let us know how much you love us.
And don't forget about our website.
Yes, that's a one-stop place. You can go to everywhere from that particular...
Everywhere in the world?
Everywhere in the world that is Tenderfoot Tourist related.
That's a lot of places.
That is a lot of places. The website is an excellent place, too, tenderfoottourist.com. You can listen to our podcast there. You can download them. You can also find links to Google Play Store, iTunes there. You can also find our videos that we've been posting because we do have a YouTube channel. Why don't you go over there and subscribe and hit the like button on all of our videos. Leave us some comments there. Let us know what you think of it. And also, while you're there, hit the little bell bell notification so it'll tell you whenever we post a new one. So anyway, thank you so much for listening. And my name is Steve.
And I'm Sandy.
Until next time,
stay tender.